Theory and Practice by Dora Cantu, course Learning Theory and Instruction, Spring 2023. Introduction. The general area I will be addressing in the presentation is social cognitive theory. Albert Bandura, psychologist, credits social cognitive theory as the idea that learning occurs in a social environment. Humans learn by observation of others. Children tend to learn from models like parents, teachers, and other adults associated in their upbringing. On the following slide, you will be watching a short video. This video is on YouTube. I found it doing research on Dr. Albert Bandura. Dr. Bandura is a psychologist, a theorist, and he is credited with researching and the findings of social cognitive theory. This video, Dr. Bandura began his research in the late 1950s. His findings stressed on the importance of the social environment and learning, and leads to the most learning situation, which includes social elements like classroom, peers, teachers, parents, and communities. The social cognitive theory continues to be credited as issues arise in our education due to current diverse social learning environments in schools and during online instruction. Okay. That video is a great introduction to Albert Bandura's Bobo doll. The Bobo doll experiment was a control experiment that demonstrated that children are able to learn through the process of observational learning, watching the behavior of another. Modeling is a critical component that refers to behavioral, cognitive, and affecting change, specifically from observation of others. There are three functions of model. Bandura distinguished these three functions of modeling as being response facilitation, modeled action served by social prompts, going along with the crowd, following the lead of another. A good example would be the teacher sets up a table full of new literature, periodicals, new books, colors, markers. The students walk in, see the new setup, and they walk towards the table. Other students that come in do not know what's going on, but see that they all have gathered around the table and will follow the lead of the other. So that would be an example of response facilitation. The second function of model is inhibition and disinhibition. Observed modeling with inhibition or disinhibition to perform. A good example would be being punished or being rewarded from certain actions. And the last one is observational learning. New behavior is influenced by motivation. And Bandura believe there are 4 components, which are attention, retention, production, and motivation. So the next slide will go into more detail on these 4 components. The observational learning, the attention, necessary for relevance of what is being perceived. A good example would be the coach leading his players, showing the players how to swing a bat. By modeling it, the students will follow his lead and learn how to swing the bat that the coach is teaching them by modeling it. Retention, this happens often where students make connections with with previously learned. Good example in the classroom would be students able to use their notes previously learned to use it for new knowledge. Class anchor charts are usually posted in classrooms today, where students can use the anchor charts as references or as guides or notes to use with new information. The third one is production, translating skill and refining it with feedback. A good example would be a teacher leading a small group, maybe reteaching. Feedback is being provided. The student is able to refine the skill to learn. And the last one is motivation, created by expectations and self-efficacy. Learning with expectations, the students hold values and avoidance of having a I can do it mentality. In the next slide, we'll go into the self-efficacy. That motivation is persons believe that they have the capabilities to learn. A good quote that I found in my research by Albert Bandura is the following: in order to succeed, people need a sense of self-efficacy, to struggle together with resilience to meet the inevitable obstacles and inequities of life. Self-efficacy in students. What is it? The belief that students are capable of learning as one's capabilities to produce actions. A good example is the student knows that if he scores well on the test, he will earn a good grade and receive praise from teacher or parents. In my classroom, as I teach Spanish 1 to 8th graders, at the beginning of the school year, I have a lot of students with low self-efficacy. Because they do not understand, why do I have to take Spanish 1? Why did my mom and dad enroll me in Spanish 1? They believe they are not capable of learning a new language. I see a difference in them. By the second or third month, they start to become high efficacy when they see I can make connections. I'm learning Spanish. I understand the culture. I understand the history of learning Spanish. I'm understanding the concepts. I'm making those connections, and I'm passing this class. By the mid-semester, they have high self-efficacy. So I have a very low rate in students dropping Spanish 1. And moving on. Now we'll talk about self-efficacy in teachers, which is the relevance of teachers' self-awareness that they are capable to help students learn. Teachers with high self-efficacy show stronger commitment to their profession. Are those teachers that are thinking outside the box, are seeking outside professional development, are creating lessons that are challenging their students, are modifying their lessons, are scaffolding their lessons, are offering one-on-one tutoring, are offering small group tutoring, want their students to succeed, and are persevering with students that have problems learning. Then we have teachers with low self-efficacy. And these teachers are those that are just burnt out and are leaving the profession. What specific adjustments in teaching? I want to focus specifically with learning management systems like Canvas. Bandura's social cognitive theory has influenced the study of learning. Teachers play an important role in the lives of students, and it is important for the teacher to understand how different learning theories can benefit your classroom and help your students learn and find success. Through using learning management systems, it is important to adjust your teaching by recognizing the right learning theory based on the need of the child. Using LMS can be used by applying these learning theories by creating an online learning environment where students can learn at their own pace, can work in real time with teacher modeling, for example, using Zoom, using Team Meets. Teacher can model in live while students are communicating through Zoom or Team Meets. The students can also work individually or with peers on projects using LMS. They can watch and create videos and have lessons personalized while being rewarded. A teacher can create a quiz. The quiz can provide an immediate grade, can grade the quiz and give them their score, instead of a student handing a paper of a quiz and the teacher having to make time to grade the quiz or the test. And it also can allow for the teacher to scaffold, reteach, and have those lessons available. The students can go back and review modeling lessons that the teacher recorded. I believe that this adjustment in teaching will also be beneficial not only for the student, for the teacher as well. Students can work from home if they are ill. This will be helpful in promoting self-efficacy within education. The teacher will be high in self-efficacy and the student will be able to set goals, see his or her progress with online instruction. So this is one adjustment in teaching, is using learning management system. And in conclusion, these are some of the resources that I can provide you if you want more information about Bandura's social cognitive theory. Thank you for your attention.